Chelsea target Ousmane Dembele decides to stay at Barcelona. France international and Barcelona forward Ousmane Dembele has decided to stay at the club amid rumours linking him to a free transfer with Chelsea. According to reports, the Frenchman has decided to stay with the Spanish club because of manager Xavi saying that he loves him, and he feels settled in Spain. Chelsea have been linked to Dembele for months, and reports had been suggesting that he would be interested in a move to West London in order to work with former manager Thomas Tuchel. In many interviews, German Tuchel had stated that the 25-year-old was the most talented player he had ever coached, with Dembele stating himself that he saw Tuchel as a father figure. The World Cup winner was due to depart Barcelona this summer with his contract due to run out, and due to his hefty wage demands the club could only offer him a reduced contract, which he subsequently declined. It appears though that the attacker has had a change of heart, and now his desire is to stay and work for manager Xavi. Dembele was awarded the La Liga Playmaker of the season as he created 13 assists in just 21 league games last season. New owner Todd Boehly set to offer Reece James a new contract. According to reports, Chelsea are set to offer academy graduate and England international Reece James a new contract which would include a significant wage increase. Court Offside report that new owner Todd Boehly views James as a vital player, and believes that he, amongst others, are the future of Chelsea Football Club. James, 22, missed the majority of last season through injury, however when he did play he was considered one of Chelsea's best players. The versatile defender registered an impressive 6 goals and 10 assists across all competitions in 39 appearances. Only fellow academy graduate Mason Mount registered more assists than James this season with 16. James made his Chelsea debut in a 7-1 Carabao Cup victory over Grimsby Town, in which James scored and assisted 2 in the victory. Since then the Englishman has gone on to make 123 Chelsea appearances and score 9 goals. Chelsea have a tendency to produce some of the best young talents in Europe, and James is a prime example of that, having already won 3 major trophies with the club, including the UEFA Champions League, in which he started and produced an impressive performance from the right wing-back position. With the rumoured departure of club captain Cesar Azpilicueta, many have tipped James to be the next Chelsea captain, which would emphasise a new generation at Chelsea. Chelsea is in pole position for Juventus defender Matthijs de Ligt. Chelsea is losing multiple centre-backs this summer, and Thomas Tuchel will be keen to replace them, with recent reports claiming Dutchman Matthijs de Ligt is his primary target. With Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger on the way out upon the expiry of their contracts, Chelsea is looking to replace them this summer. Recent reports by Calcio Mercato claim that Dutchman Matthijs de Ligt is Tuchel's first-choice centre-back target. This Calcio Mercato report claims that Chelsea is one of many clubs interested in the young defender, but that the Blues are in pole position to secure the signature of de Ligt this summer. The Italian news site claims that Tuchel has identified the 22-year-old as his first-choice target to replace the 2 departing centre-backs. Still only 22 years old, de Ligt could be someone that Chelsea build their long-term defensive structure around, should they win the battle for his services this summer. After breaking through at Ajax as a teenager, the Dutchman moved to Juventus at 19 and has blossomed into a pillar of the Italian side's defence. Chelsea will be of the belief de Ligt can smoothly transition to the English game, as he has shown his ability to quickly adapt to different leagues in the past. With only 2 years left on his current deal, now could be the perfect opportunity for Chelsea to swoop on this young, experienced defender. Chelsea could rival Man United for £20 million valued Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot. Chelsea could rival Manchester United for Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot, according to reports in Italy. The 27-year-old has entered the final 12 months of his contract in Turin, and he has reportedly asked to leave the club. The Frenchman made 45 appearances for the Serie A side this season but struggled for form and was widely criticised by fans. Manchester United were reported to be interested as Erik ten Hag looks to bolster his midfield as part of his Old Trafford rebuild. The Red Devils ideally need to bring in a midfielder or 2 to replace the departing Nemanja Matic, Juan Mata and Paul Pogba, who is set to return to Juventus on a 4-year deal. But Chelsea have now joined the race for his signature, according to Tuttosport. Blues boss Thomas Tuchel is said to have already called the Frenchman to discuss his situation in Turin. The German manager is reportedly keen to welcome Rabiot to Stamford Bridge in his Chelsea setup after working with him during their time together at PSG. Despite Rabiot having just 1 year remaining on his deal, Juventus are believed to be unwilling to budge from their valuation of €20 million, £17 million, plus bonuses. Rabiot is said to want to move to a club with Champions League football, which could give the West London side a boost in the race with their rivals in the north. Surprise name top of Todd Boehly's Chelsea transfer shortlist to replace Romelu Lukaku. Everton striker Richarlison has been highlighted by Chelsea's new interim sporting director Todd Boehly as the top target to replace Romelu Lukaku, according to reports. The Brazilian was vital in Everton's fight for survival, scoring 10 goals throughout the league season. Inter Milan and the Blues have struck a loan deal for Romelu Lukaku worth £6.87 million, meaning a replacement is needed in the centre-forward position. Numerous names have been put forward. However, at the moment, Richarlison seems to be the priority for Chelsea. Lukaku's move happens not even a year after he moved to South London for £97.5 million. The 29-year-old scored 15 goals for Chelsea last year, with 8 of those goals occurring in the Premier League. Not an awful input, but Thomas Tuchel doesn't seem to be a fan of Lukaku ever since he did the controversial interview around Christmas. Life without Lukaku looks like the long-term plan at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea have been linked with Bayern Munich striker Robert Lewandowski in recent weeks, although he looks to have his heart set on a move to Spanish giants Barcelona. The report also claims the other men being considered are Lille's Jonathan David, Napoli's Victor Osimhen and Gianluca Scamacca of Sassuolo. Chelsea and Tottenham transfer blow is PSG, launch improved £50 million bid for in-demand Inter Milan centre-back Skriniar. Chelsea and Tottenham have been dealt a blow after Paris Saint-Germain launched a second, improved bid for Milan Skriniar, according to reports. The two Premier League sides are desperately seeking defensive reinforcements this summer. Spurs have qualified for the Champions League after a 3-year absence and will need to improve their squad depth to compete on all fronts. Meanwhile, Chelsea have already lost Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen and are expected to lose both Cesar Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso before the start of the new season. Both clubs have identified Skriniar, 27, as a target amid his stellar, 5-year stint at Inter Milan. However, PSG currently lead the race after launching another bid for the in-demand Slovakia international. Inter are currently demanding around £68 million for their star defender and are playing hardball as they face the prospect of losing fellow centre-back Alessandro Bastoni, potentially even to Chelsea or Spurs. 2 weeks ago, PSG are said to have launched a cheeky £43 million offer, well shy of the target. However, with Skriniar out of contract at the end of the coming season, Inter could accept a fee of closer to £50 million. And multiple reports in Italy claim PSG have come back with an improved offer of £43 million up front, with a further £4.3 million in add-ons. Skriniar is said to have already agreed to fresh terms with Inter, but is not against the idea of moving on for a new challenge. Inter CEO Beppe Marotta has already admitted he would be open to selling a defender as they are easier and cheaper to replace than a new striker. The Serie A giants, keen to reclaim their title from neighbours AC Milan, have reportedly lined up Torino ace Gleison Bremer as cover should one of Skriniar or Bastoni leave. Chelsea and Tottenham are also said to be keen on Bremer, should they fail in their pursuit of the Inter duo.
That is all Chelsea news today. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you by tomorrow news.